Welcome to the Sports Show, and it has been one strange week for a lot of different reasons. Mike, Max, Patrick, Royce, the one and only Bob Lurtzman, nice enough to grace our presence.
Glad to be here.
Purple Pride there, still there. Sid Hartman.
Still got his pride, that's good.
Well, give us your inside story. You're the only guy that's got the inside with Adrian Peterson. You're the only one. You're so full of crap.
I said I talked to him on Thursday, I talked to him on Friday about the allegations.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what I believe. I believe that he thought, for whatever reason, and we hear about this, one grand jury, two grand juries, all this stuff, but I can tell you this. He thought this thing was done and over. He thought it had been reviewed, it had been vetted, and it was behind him.
Yeah.
Okay, number one.
Well, he thought wrong.
Well, I guess he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
I'm just telling you when I talked
What
to
he
him.
thought.
Yeah, but he never denied any of it when I asked him about it. And, I think, and we can get into this as the show rolls on, but there's a great big question here that everybody's asking now and that we've kind of come in contact with, and that is, how do different people view child abuse, discipline, and all these things? Mm-hmm. And I think that, in my opinion, he would think that that was the way it was brought up and there was not malice or anger involved.
Come on. Come on.
In my opinion,
in your opinion, you think a guy shoes a stick to
I don't think there's anything right about that.
Sid, listen to what he's saying. He says Adrian thinks that, not him.
Not me.
Yeah.
I'm saying that I think we're all learning on the fly as we go here. Patrick?
Well, I'm not learning on the fly. I but I wasn't brought up that way. I wasn't familiar with that, and it's a sad situation. But this idea that the Vikings are going to let him go and he'll never play here again, he won't play in the NFL, is absolute nonsense. He'll end up pleading it out in some manner, and won't serve any jail time, in my opinion, and will be back and play with the Vikings.
I think the same.
That's what I think.
He will play with the Vikings this year. After this year, he's gone because they will not pay him $30 million a year. And what happened?
$30 million a year.
What? $30 million
You're
a
saying
year.
his contract is backloaded and it's $30 million.
Wait a second, let me finish. He had some value as a trade. That went out the window when this happened, because a lot of owners won't take on, and the Wolves are not going to talk about this thing. But if you think they're happy about this, you're nuts.
You think that I think the Wilfs are happy about that? Bob.
Hey, don't get me in the middle of this, because I do not believe in timeouts. And when I was raised, there was a little stick involved, and they took me and cracked me in the fanny, and I deserved it every time I got it. So I don't know all the details about it and the severity of what he did to his child. So there is a break-off point, but I'm old school, and I believe in discipline, and I don't think timeouts work.
Four-year-olds are a little different standard, I would think.
No, you don't. Somebody else said that, Pat. But even at 4, you get the message that when your dad gets that mad, you know you've done something wrong. You're going to scramble differently.
That was 60 years ago, Bob. That don't work anymore.
I know.
That doesn't apply.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. I'm old school, and
it is interesting that he had to go to the grand jury twice to get him indicted. Mm-hmm. The first time they
did they have to go to the grand jury?
They did go to the grand jury twice.
I heard today from a good source they went to the grand jury once. That's all they went.
Well,
the story about the 2 grand juries
I think
is not
Patrick
true.
might be onto something from the standpoint that they might have gone to the same grand jury twice, and maybe that's where there's only one grand jury involved, but they went to him twice, and that's where the confusion might lie.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's a bad deal.
That's why it's so hard to really make a conclusion and really speak from the heart, because you don't have all the details. Everybody's guessing, and when you guess, you hate to guess wrong and be real critical on the situation.
It did make his absence did make it easier for the New England Patriots to play defense today.
I got to tell you, man, if you're wondering
all of a sudden you could play the Vikings honest. You don't have to worry about playing 8 guys on the line.
The difference between him and the backups is noticeable, Bob.
Here's the thing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Did he set the world on fire against the Rams? He made 75 yards against the Rams.
Do you want to take your chances with him, just talking about as a football player, or Asiata and McKinnon?
No question about it. You're right. But he didn't.
You think that might change the passing game a little bit if you got to think about Adrian Peterson or not?
I don't know. I think today the They have no defense for Brady. And today, on top of it, they actually gave him 27 of the 30 points by setting up the touchdowns that the Patriots scored.
Well, with the blocked field goal for the score,
And the interception down to the one, that's
they had 2 of
14
those.
points.
Yep.
But you know, Pat, the thing is with that interception just before the blocked field goal attempt, it would have been 17-10. Instead, it was 24-7. And when you make that big of a 14
there's
point
your turning
split-
point.
Right. But now you're going in the locker room rather on a high that it's 17-10. You're going in there on a very negative situation. You have to regroup and come together. It's really the timing of that so close to the half ending adds to it multiple times.
New England put it in neutral pretty good too. The second half,
They did.
they were not. They
They
wanted
are
to let the
masters
clock
at knowing
run.
what they want to do, aren't they?
Yeah.
If it's this much time left, we're going to do this much. We're going to try to run all we want is a field goal. You know, they're masters at that.
Yeah.
What about
Let's face
the?
the facts. New England's a much better football team than Minnesota with or without Adrian Peterson.
Okay.
As long as you got Tom Brady and you got that big tight end and you got some other pretty good football players on the team, you're going to win. He never has lost 2 in a row.
To start the year.
Huh?
To start the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what happened last week? Miami rushed for 191 yards against them? I don't know. But he's a pretty good coach, and they're a pretty good football team.
But if you got Peterson, maybe you run the ball more effectively, because if
You
Miami
would,
could,
but
you might be able to.
I don't think they'd have beat him with Peterson.
Okay, what do you think of that? Stay with us.
The Sports Show is brought to you in part by Canterbury Park 24/7 Card Club. Don't forget the Card Club at Canterbury Park. Cambria, makers of quality quartz surfaces. Ticket King. For the best price on tickets anywhere, try Ticket King. And Soundpoint Audiology. Life is worth hearing.
Quality. It's the result of shared values. The joy found in an honest day's work. Respect for true American craftsmanship and the need, not the want, to get things right. It's the result of remembering your roots, being forever humbled by how far you've traveled and forever hungry to push on further. Quality is a result. Quality is who we are. Cambria. Family owned, American made.
I lost my license. I lost my car. So you're taking the bus to work, and then you're taking the bus home late at night. It's a minimum of $685 for your reinstatement. $100 a month for the ignition interlock. Roughly $150 a month for insurance. The victim impact panel is $150, and then $80 for a whiskey plate. So all the fees add up really, really quick.
If you want to do more streaming, surfing, gaming, and downloading without paying more, you're ready for this special offer on the Xfinity Double Play. For a limited time, you can get Xfinity TV and internet with speeds up to 50 megabits per second. That's double the speed, free for a year. Switch to the Xfinity Double Play from Comcast for only $69.99 a month for 12 months, with HBO and StreamPix included for 2 years. Hurry, this incredible offer ends September 21st. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit Comcast.com today.
Is she yours?
Yeah,
My first.
congratulations. She's beautiful.
Oh, she's so sweet.
Thanks.
Your Applewood pulled pork with extra pickles, sir.
Oh, she is perfect.
New Subway Applewood pulled pork. Tender pork and rich barbecue sauce, bursting with sweet, smoky Applewood flavor. Get it before it's gone. Subway, eat fresh.
See why more people are coming to Audi than ever before at Audi Minneapolis. Experience the legendary performance and handling of an A4 2.0 T Quattro. Lease yours for only $379 a month. Plus, Audi Minneapolis will make your first month's payment. Or try out the luxury and power of an A6. Lease for just $499 a month. The Summer of Audi event at Audi Minneapolis on 394 at General Mills Boulevard and at AudiMinneapolis.com.
Main Street is filled with hopes and dreams. The only thing you need is the right partner. The beacon of light that shines, that says we are in this together. That is Beacon Bank. Locally owned and community committed. They understand what you need. And they are your personal answer, your friend in business and in life. Allow the folks at Beacon Bank to be a part of your life because they make dreams come true. Beacon Bank, it's a member of the FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Looking for a nice, big, juicy rack of ribs?
Fabulous chops, huge steaks, and the Buddy Bowl? Then J.D. Hoyt's is the place for you. Hoyt's opened in 1983, and Mike Andrews and his partner John White have kept this Minnesota tradition at the top of the food chain. Managing owner Pat Montague gives us a tour.
At J.D. Hoyt's, enjoy a relaxed atmosphere, great food, friendly service, private dining room, second to none happy hour, and great outdoor dining, just blocks from the new ballpark.
Located at 394 in North Washington, locally owned, nationally known, Hoyt's.
Oh, what a great place to spend your weekend. J.D. Hoyt. Saw Eric Curry down at the Gopher game in Texas. He was going to J.D. Hoyt's that night where he hangs out all the time. It is one nice place in downtown Minneapolis. Welcome back. Lurch, have you ever seen a week like this for the NFL overall?
No, this has been a strange season to start with the first 2 weeks. It's crazy.
I mean, do you think that this, we all get all uptight right now, but eventually it passes, or, this Teflon league, or do you think, I was in Baltimore earlier this week by chance, and it was funny because they were so mixed, because they love this Ray Rice so much, and they're so disappointed in him, but they love the Ravens, but they're so mad, Yeah.
Well, you take so many things that happen outside of football. They have no private life, so the littlest thing, the media gets a hold of it, just blows it out of proportion.
Yeah, I don't know. If
this one was pretty big with
the
Rice.
haymaker in the elevator was a little.
But now here's the same thing we talked about before with Rice. What happens? She marries him after the fact. I want to talk to her.
Well, that's the spirit.
That's
the
why
whole
everybody's
debate,
doing
and
it.
I know what you're saying. I don't understand all this
today-
stuff, but it spurred quite a debate.
Ted Robinson
And today,
started to
there's
comment
a
on
picture
this.
in the
He got
paper
suspended.
of
I don't want to get
Rice and
suspended.
his wife
Yeah.
watching a high school
Yeah,
game.
he was at the high school game last night. But to my point is this. Is the NFL been dented? Has it been damaged, Patrick, to a point where we're really going to see a difference in it, or was this an aberration?
Well, it's an interesting situation because people watch. They'll still watch and they'll still go to games. And I saw there were people at the game today with their Peterson jerseys on.
Lots of them.
I think you're disillusioned about your heroes more than but you still love the game, so they'll go to the game and watch the game. You just might, maybe people will get smart and just realize these are figures out there in uniforms and they aren't saints, right?
Yeah, but the thing,
right?
Lawsuit. I'm
After-
suing that lawsuit.
How about me saying something?
Well, Lurchie's going to comment on what it's like to be a player in the league because he played in the league, and then we'll bring it back to
He
you.
didn't play in the league. He was a bench warmer.
I almost got in one play.
Never played.
Go ahead,
Bud
Lurchie.
plays me more, we would have won the
Played
Super
very
Bowl.
little.
Lurchie, is the NFL in trouble?
No, they'll never be in trouble. The thing right now is that everybody in life, all of us have made mistakes. Now the mistakes are actually caught on your iPads, whatever it might be, and then they blow them way out of proportion. And because even on the banquet circuit, Mike, you and I have been on it, you tell a joke, 10% don't take it as a joke, and then all of a sudden you're a bad guy, you're this, you're that.
I was talking
so
to
it
Burns
turns all the
today.
way.
Okay.
When you were on this team, there were guys doing as bad or worse thing that's going on today.
Well,
But
don't go there.
wait,
You
wait,
don't. You can't. You can't just say that blanket.
Yeah. The media never reported any of this stuff. Is that true?
You were very nice to us, Sid. You were very nice to us.
I'm just saying. There's maybe
It hasn't changed. You're saying it's just that now.
No,
it's all
you're
wrong.
talking about
things
drugs.
wait,
You're talking about drugs and partying. I'm not. If somebody's beating the crap out of a woman, and
You
it
got a
makes the
problem.
police blotter, people are going to report it. If it's on the police blotter, people are going to report it.
But Sid's right because they would, if something happened, and the police officers would let the athletes go when we played under Bud. Sid's absolutely right on that. There were a little bit of two sets of rules there. And people, they did turn their heads.
But that
and
doesn't
things.
excuse any of the behavior that we've seen recently. It needs to be punished. When
Correct.
You see
No,
Ray Rice and-
no, but you've got,
I'm just
when you make a
saying.
decision, you've got to have the right information.
Okay.
Everybody adds something to it,
Well,
and
I
they
know
think it's
opinions
fact.
don't become fact, but Roger Goodell is somebody you know.
Yeah,
How bad has he been hurt by this?
not at all. Because what's going to happen is this: somebody in that office will get fired in the next when they get through with this.
It won't be him.
Investigation. It won't be him. Legally, there was a reason. A lawyer told me that they could not accept that thing except from legal people. They couldn't accept it like from.
Like if you sent the DVD in, they couldn't accept it as fact, so to speak. It would
That's
have to
right.
be from an
They
official.
couldn't accept that thing unless it came from government.
Okay.
The Atlantic,
Okay,
County, the
so-
Atlantic City prosecutor said they could have, though.
Okay.
Yeah. The Atlantic City police.
That wasn't the lawyer that he talked to. Though.
Hey, what I read.
He talked to Fred Smith.
must have
From
read
The Atlantic
different than
City
I read.
authorities said that they could have accepted it from whoever wanted to send it to them.
So your point is what, though? Do you think
My
Goodell
point
never saw
is
it?
that Goodell will not get hurt one bit. Somebody in that office
We'll take the fall?
will take the fall.
How are they going to do that?
Because I don't think he knew they had the thing. I think he told the truth.
Same way when an SEC coach
There you
gets
go.
caught cheating, the
That's right.
recruiting coordinator was doing stuff that he didn't know what
Never
was
knew
happening,
about.
and
Yeah,
they got to fire him.
Yeah, all he said was take care of this, right? What were
You
saying?
watch and see what happens.
You think Goodell is safe, though?
Huh?
You think Goodell is safe?
Yes.
You think
yes.
he's safe, Lindsey?
Absolutely.
Because he's got a lot of support of the owners, or because?
Yes, the owners are behind him. He's making the right decisions. They're on course as far as what they're going to approach now for discipline. For if any of these situations happens again, they're going to be very cut and dry. And what
me tell
they
you.
get 2 years for this or 2 games for that.
He got
And he's working on that.
32 tough owners, and he's held them together pretty good. Jerry
41
Jones and a few others have tried to stop this sharing the revenue and not sharing the TV money and all that kind of stuff. And he and Tagabu before him were able to keep the thing the way it is, where Green Bay gets the same amount of money as New York does.
Yeah.
For that reason, he'll never get fired.
And there's an independent investigation going on by the NFL, and it's headed by John Mara and Art Rooney, who are very independent people here. So.
In a world full of compromise, the Audi A3 takes a different path. Get uncompromised design, the style and presence of Audi in a lighter, smaller form, uncompromised performance, a lightning-quick turbocharged engine, and race-bred S-tronic transmission. Uncompromised luxury with standard leather seating and panoramic sunroof. Lease your A3 for only $299 a month. Plus, during the Summer of Audi event, Audi Minneapolis will make your first payment. Stay uncompromised. Audi Minneapolis.
Audi Minneapolis, stop on by 394 and General Mills Boulevard. Say hi to Charlie. Drive out in A8 is one comfortable, perfect drive for all seasons. Pat, you get a
Our
question from
number
Lindsey.
4 overall draft pick, Matt Khalil. We were so happy to have him. The fans are down on him. He didn't have a good day. What's going on with him?
Boy, you know, the sad part, last year, his rookie year, he was nothing short of spectacular, Pat. I've never seen a rookie, just like he was walking, he was so easy for him. Then he goes through basically what you call a sophomore jinx, where you start thinking too much. That's when your coaches put too much between your ears. So, at the same time he's going through a sophomore season, he gets hurt. So now he has different technique. This year he's changed his stance already.
He's trying to
come
do
out.
stuff.
He's doing different things.
So he's a little
differently.
punchy.
Wait, now, why would you ask Lurtsy about that? Sid's got an opinion on it.
Let me ask you this. What player on the team had a good day today? Tell me who had a good day for him.
Who had a good
for the
day
Vikings.
for the Vikings today?
Who had a good day?
Brinkley.
Brinkley had a
Yeah,
decent
he
day.
had 11 tackles, yeah.
That's about it.
Well, they weren't awful defensively. They were.
Hey, gotta tell everybody out the most exciting part of the game, when Belichick took a delay of game on a punt,
right,
to get an extra 5 yards, so the punter would be more comfortable.
Yeah.
Our coach turned it down. I've been dying for that to happen for years.
Well, Lurch,
Finally happened.
it's not really fair to judge him this week. Tell us about Mike Zimmer, the coach, and what you see.
Oh, I love that guy.
Because?
The thing that one time I was talking to him, and he says, you know, Bob, he said, I've cut better athletes and kept the lesser athlete. The reason I've done that, he says, the lesser athlete has more heart and more things between his ears. And when I heard that...
Why did you light up about that?
Because that's pretty much... I was terrible, but I didn't make
might have had the heart part. I don't know about the... We'll give you credit for the heart part. The between the ears part.
Well, but that's what Bud used to approach us the same way, because Bud cut a lot of players that were better.
He did, didn't he?
Once you make the mellow mistakes, because there is eye in team, Mike. I mean, there's 11 eyes in football. You got to do your job.
A lot of responsibility.
You bet. I mean, take care of your job, and if the guy next to you does that.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. Well, Sid, I'll let you have it first.
Yeah, ask you this.
No, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Zimmer believes the team that makes the fewest mistakes win, almost as opposed to the team that makes the most plays wins. Do you agree with that philosophically?
No, I figure most plays. But let me ask you this. They just gave that Fusco, is that his name?
Fusco, yeah.
They give him a 5-year contract. They got that whole offensive line.
They're all locked in.
Except for Charlie Johnson, I don't think has a long-term contract. But the rest of them do. And they did a lousy job as you could do protecting the quarterback today. And I was really surprised because I thought all the time that the strength of this team was the offensive line, led by John Sullivan.
Yeah. Well, they said in the locker room afterwards it's one of the worst games they played. Because I was asked them, I said, you guys were missing some of the blitzes and some of the stunts, and they gave up 6 sacks. And all the linemen agreed. They said this is one of our worst games, offensive, as far as the offensive line went.
And that has nothing to do with Adrian Peterson. They just got manhandled.
Correct. Because I think, well, the running, they only had 54 yards.
I think they're a little more. I think they're a little more willing to blitz and come from all kinds of angles when Peterson's not going to carry the ball.
I would think. But, you know, this NFL, by the time we thought, well, Seattle's going to beat, they get beat by San Diego, and on we go.
Answer this question. How did Miami get 191 yards rushing on them last week?
Well, we just said he didn't have Adrian Peterson versus Matt Asiata. Maybe they could have run the ball if they had him.
Yeah, okay.
What was your theory on that again?
Maybe they would have. I don't know.
But we only ran 16 times, or 19 times, I believe, today.
The Vikings.
Total.
So I think we got to get the guy back with the little index card. He might have been a better offensive coordinator.
Which one?
Bill.
Yeah.
Bill Musgrave would have gotten the ball to Cordero Patterson. We didn't get the ball to Cordero Patterson. I thought this guy was a genius. Going to get the ball to Cordero 15 times a game.
What about Matt Castle? Is he a good NFL quarterback, average NFL quarterback?
Today he had a bad day today because he let 2 of those passes float. He had the safety come over, pick off that one. But no, he's better than average, and today was not his day. You don't blame one player, but you go to the offensive line and what Castle did. There's problems.
I think one thing, New England knew every move Castle made. He spent 4 years there. They knew him like a book,
but
and they could defend him real well.
But shouldn't he know their defensive philosophies too?
Pardon me?
Well, shouldn't he know their defensive philosophies too?
I don't know. You know more about everything.
I'm just asking you the question. Back after this.
If you guys could go on a free shopping spree anywhere, where would you go? I'd go to the grocery store. Pizza, ice cream. I'd go shop for clothes. You know where I go? I'd go to Ticket King. Ticket King! At Ticket King, you can buy great seats for the Vikings, Christian Ponder, the Wild, Zach Parisi, the Timberwolves, and of course the Twins. We love the Twins. Yep, this is where I go. Vikings, Twins, Wild, Timberwolves, Gophers, theater, and concerts too. Justin Bieber! Hey, I like him first. For details, go to ticketkingonline.com. Any ticket, anytime, anywhere. It's the real thing. It's Ticket King. Right, Dad?
Couldn't have said it any better myself.
That's for sure.
Main Street is filled with hopes and dreams. The only thing you need is the right partner. The beacon of light that shines that says we are in this together. That is Beacon Bank. Locally owned and community committed. They understand what you need. And they are your personal answer. Your friend in business and in life. Allow the folks at Beacon Bank to be a part of your life because they make dreams come true. Beacon Bank, it's a member of the FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Beacon Bank, responsive, reliable, reassuring. Bob Weiss, the gang, we do a little hunting with them this week. Good people to be around.
What do you got there,
Look
Maxie?
at this. Sid has always questioned Bob Lurtzema's
Bob Lurtzema,
prowess as a
game
football
ball
player. This was a game ball awarded to Bob Lurtzema when the Giants beat the Minnesota Vikings. You probably remember this almost to the day. September 21st, 1969 at Yankee Stadium. The Giants beat the Vikings 24-23. Game ball presented to Bob Lurtzema, then a member of the New York
So
Football
that was
Giants.
when Tarkington beat the Vikings, and you got the game ball.
That's right. That's right.
You remember?
Sid said, there's no way you ever got the game ball.
They gave out, a million game balls.
What now? What's
Back
this?
at-
Hang on, he's got a theory. What is it?
Lurtzema had a game. Tarkenton had a game ball like that too.
They gave out a bunch of them,
Yeah,
you think?
a bunch of them.
No,
Let me
they
see
didn't.
this.
They gave out,
Believe me.
that was Alex
Believe
Webster's
me.
first
Show
He
game.
gave
this.
out 20.
Show this.
You remember that game?
Zero in
Yeah.
here. Lurtsy.
I remember the game.
Lurtsy gets the game ball, not Francis. Holy cow.
And then
No
they-
wonder Bud wanted you. No wonder
Yeah.
he coveted you.
That's right. They call me Mr. Touchdown. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
The only other one you got was
Oh,
at,
it's so easy. I got Sid.
the only other
Yes.
one you got was at Michigan Tech, huh?
Quickly, we only have 40 seconds left. Said the Gophers. I was down at TCU yesterday, and they got taken out of it early. A good atmosphere down there, not great, but it was like the Viking game. Too many mistakes.
They're a 16-point underdog. They're playing on the road. They're playing a better football team. They've lost 6 or 7 guys with ACLs who they were counting on. They don't have a quarterback that's healthy right now. I'm not making excuses for them. I'm telling the facts. No college team can lose that many players, especially good ones, and win.
You should see down at TCU all these people, like these women dressed in this white linen. It's really looks good.
Oh, is that right?
Leitner, broken foot now?
They're a beauty.
Don't know. Back next week,
I
everybody.
think they're saying
The Sports Show is brought to you in part by Canterbury Park 24/7 Card Club. Don't forget the Card Club at Canterbury Park. Cambria, makers of quality quart surfaces. Ticket King. For the best price on tickets anywhere, try Ticket King. And Soundpoint Audiology. Life is worth hearing.